Alright my fighters, so today we are going to take a look at the new tag character that we got, Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and we will see how good they are, and let me know your opinion about it in the comments section below. Now before we start, don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Dragon Ball Legends, and if you enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button. Now without any further ado, let's just get started. So as you can see, the type of the character is range type. The element is yellow and reverse yellow. If you don't know what reverse yellow means, it means that Vegeta is going to be strong on what Trunks is weak against, and then he will be weak against what Trunks is strong against. So basically, Trunks is going to be strong against purple but weak against red, while Vegeta is going to be strong against red and weak against purple. Now the tags are Vegeta Clan, Hybrid Saiyan, Future, Super Saiyan 2, Saiyan, God Key, and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. This is what I like about the tag characters. It is the very huge variety of tags that they can actually have, and that helps the character overall actually. So it's really nice with the tag characters. Then we have episode Future Trunks Saga. So next we have the Z ability, and as you can see, the Z ability is plus 30% to tag Future, Vegeta Clan, and Hybrid Saiyan, base blast attack and defense, plus 15% to tag Vegeta Clan, base strike defense. So it's a little bit focused around Vegeta Clan, which I really like, because this is what this tag character should be. It's literally Trunks and Vegeta, so it should be focused around Vegeta Clan characters, and they are actually the tag that needs the majority of the buffs right now. So it's really nice to see them buffing these three tags, and that means also that they are buffing both the Blueberry Boys and the Super Saiyan 4s. So yeah, you know what that means, right? So that is very good actually. That is a very good Z ability. Next we have the strike art, and as you can see, Trunks strike art is going to reduce the special move arts cost by 5 for 15 timer counts, which is a very good ability, to be honest. 15 timer counts is also a very good bit of time, to be honest, so he might be able to drop the cost of the special move very low. I don't know if it is possible to get it low to 0 because of the fact that it is only 15 timer counts. And yes, although the tag characters usually actually have a very long combo, Trunks himself might not have that long combo, because we know that the original character usually doesn't have the long combo, but instead it is the Switch character that has actually the long combo. So if the same ability is actually on the strike for Vegeta as well, which I think it will, because usually the strike and blast are the exact same for both characters, then Vegeta might be able to take it down to 0, but I don't know about Trunks. Unless they have some inbuilt double card draw speed, in that case, yes, maybe they can actually do it. Then we have the blast, and as you can see, he has actually a blast armor nullification, or not nullification but counter, and that is basically inflicting 180% extra damage against blast armor. So this is a very good ability, to be honest, and that helps to destroy characters like for example basically the Super Saiyan 4s, the Beast Gohan, and any other character that has a shield. I think that the very first character that got this type of ability was Gogeta Blue, where he had, I think it was 100% extra damage on the blast armor, and that was a very massive damage actually. And then he had also 50% extra on powerful opponent characters, and at that time majority of the characters that had actually blast armor were basically powerful opponent characters like Broly, and basically that gave him a very good advantage, because every powerful opponent character that tried actually to go through his blast, it got actually 150% extra damage inflicted. So that was just a massive damage actually to the blast armor. And then we have it here again, once again, with the tag Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and they are actually dealing a very massive damage again. It is understandable that the damage has increased because of the fact that the defenses, HP and everything for the characters have increased actually from before. So it's a really good ability, and it will help them a lot, especially against characters that has actually especially against characters like Beast Gohan and the Super Saiyan 4s. This is going to be very good. Next we have their green card, and as you can see, their green card draws a special move arts card next. It activates twice, so he can draw 2 special move cards. Restores own ki by 50 plus 30% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, cancels on attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, applies the following effects to self based on own remaining health. When it is between 50 and 30, he actually restores 10% and health and 50% vanishing gouge, and when it is below 30%, he restores 15% health and 70% vanishing gouge. Now this is very similar, or not similar, actually it's not similar, they have it on the special move. Anyways, I was about to say very similar to Super Saiyan 4s, but no, it's not. Anyways, he draws a special move art, which is very good. It's always good to have a very good ability on the green card. For them it is the special move art card, and for the Super Saiyan 4s it is destruction of the opponent's Dragon Balls, or obtaining Dragon Balls yourself. So the green card is very good for both of the characters. Restores own ki by 50 is very good always. The only thing that is bad, or not bad actually, you could use it in some other ways as well. It is the fact that it's not an AoE green card, it is actually a time stop green card, and a time stop green card is still actually better than moving forward green card, the green card that if you click the character goes forward to the opponent. That one is actually the absolute worst in my opinion, not in terms of ability but in terms of usability. Because the time stop green card can allow you actually to see if the opponent did something and therefore counter it in your way, and the AoE green card is very useful in order to be able to actually bait the opponent and be able to start your combo easily. So that's why I think that the moving forward green card is a little bit the worst between them. Now it could have better abilities, I am not saying that the abilities are bad. For example, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has actually the ability to nullify coverage change, destroy the opponent's cards, and increase his own damage by 50%. So it can't get better than that, right? So it is a great card, but in terms of usability, it's not actually as good as the time stop card and the AoE card. So anyways, as you can see, it is plus 30% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, which is very good, but unfortunately it is cancelable and it is only for 10 timer counts. So I don't know how much they are going to be able actually to utilize this, but it is better than nothing. Then cancels on attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. It's very good because of the fact that in case, I don't think that there are many characters other than Pan who can actually inflict that many annoying downgrades. I think that Pan is the only one actually that inflicts annoying downgrades. So they are exactly a perfect counter for her, which is very good actually. But other than that, I don't think that there are actually in the current meta characters that can make you really go crazy because of the downgrades that they inflict on you or the abnormal conditions. And then as for the restricted abilities, I really don't like restricted abilities, but whatever, I guess. And even when it comes to below 30%, he only recovers 70% of the vanishing gouge, which is good. I am not saying that it's not good, but it's not good enough. If you know the Super Saiyan 4s on the special move, if they actually destroy 3 cards, they restore their whole vanishing gouge, the whole vanishing gouge. So basically they hit you with the special move and they are ready to vanish your attack again. So this is just crazy. However, if you restore only 70%, you still have actually 30% left to recover, and therefore the opponent will be able to attack you without actually without you being able to vanish their attack. Then we have the special move, and as you can see, deals massive impact damage, blast armor when charging forward, draw a blast arts card next, plus 40% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, applies attribute upgrade minus 40% to enemies sustained damage cut. They actually have the exact same abilities, but a little bit worse actually than the Super Saiyan 4s, like seriously. The same abilities, they increase their damage, they basically have blast armor, they draw a blast arts, which is very good actually. This is something that the they do have. The Super Saiyan 4 Goku draws 2 random cards. It's not a blast card. He could draw another special move, he could draw a green card, he could draw a strike, which is even better actually. So yeah, the special move of the Super Saiyan 4s is much better in my opinion, but this is still a very good ability actually, a very good special move with some really amazing abilities. So up to the first unique ability, and as you can see, the first unique ability is when he enters the battlefield via tag switch. So if you are basically Vegeta and then you switch to Trunks, and as you can see, plus 90% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, and then plus 30% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and this one can be cancelled. So this is a little bit disappointing, because if it would have been actually 120 without being cancelled, that would have made them much better, but 90% is a very good damage inflicted buff as well. Reduces damage received by 60%, cannot be cancelled, minus 5 to own blast arts cost, plus 15% to blast damage inflicted by allied tag future, that is very good actually, and plus 15% to strike damage inflicted by allied tag Vegeta clan. So I really like the fact that they restricted their buffs to future and Vegeta clan, because that means that they are actually doing the right thing. They understand how bad it is to buff actually hybrids, and therefore they try to restrict their buffs to the basically future tag and the Vegeta clan tag, and that is very awesome. And as for the other abilities, they are all very good, and they are expected from a tag switch character, because the majority of them are actually the exact same abilities, to be honest. They always buff their damage, they reduce the damage received, and they have some other buffs that actually they get. Then if 20% or 20 counts elapse, he also restores health by 10%, plus 70% to damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 10%, and minus 5 to arts costs. So basically, we know that the buff, the 30% buff, is actually for 20 timer counts, so that buff is going to disappear before this abilities comes, even if the opponent doesn't cancel them. So it will become basically 160% buff, increased damage buff for him, and that is a very good ability, to be honest. Like seriously, that is a very good buff. Restoring HP as well is very good, and reducing damage received by extra 10% is very good as well, and then minus 5 more to the arts cost. Like this is minus 10 without using any arts card. This is just crazy, like seriously, it's just so good. So up to the unique ability 2. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their blast arts attack. It activates during assist, so basically it activates as many times as possible. Comboable arts, special move arts. So they can't combo it with a special skill, but only with a special move. Applies the following effects to self when this character uses a blast arts. Restores ki by 10. Applies buff effects, nullify enemies' special actions that activates when changing cover, and it is only once. So basically, if you use a blast, you are going to be able actually to nullify the cover change of the opponent, for 2-timer counts, so you can go with basically 2 blasts in a row, or a blast and a strike without caring about the opponent actually, which is very good. However, it's only once per time, so that is very bad, and I think that, yeah, activation count resets. Yeah, I thought that, because only once, and for 2-timer counts that's completely useless unless they reset it later on. So it's still not as good as the Super Saiyan 4's cover change nullification, but then again the Super Saiyan 4's lose actually their cover change nullification when there are only 2 opponents, even though it's not as useful with the cover change nullification when there are actually only 2 units left against you. But still they lose it, and that is actually a bad thing in their kit. And up next we have the following effects occur upon landing a Blast Arts hit. Draw a Blast Arts card next, activates twice. So basically they can use a Blast Art and draw another Blast Art, and they use it again and draw another one, which is very good. And the activation count resets when switch or tag switch is performed. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 30 to all arts costs for 3-timer counts isn't actually that massive, to be honest. So it's not going to have that effect, that huge effect. Inflict enemy with attribute downgrade minus 80% to health restoration for 3-timer counts. Again, it's not going to have that big effect actually. The following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below after being hit by an enemy's arts attack. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws a special arts card next, so that you can basically use it and recover some HP and Vanishing Gouge. Plus 10% to own health restoration, which is very good. Shortens allies substitution counts by 5. By 5 isn't actually so great, and it activates only once, and there is no reset for that count, so it is only once. So it's not actually that good ability. If you know that Super Saiyan 4s can actually directly allow the allies to cover change and save them, so that is a 10 times better ability, to be honest. So yeah, basically it's okay, it's good, but it's not as good as it could be. And then reduces enemy ki by 80, activates once again. So basically their abilities are, majority of them are very limited, which is pretty disappointing actually. Some of them are limited by time, because 3-timer counts is very bad, and some of them are actually limited by amount of times you can actually use it without a reset, and just once is very bad actually. Then we have the switch ability, which actually allows Trunks to switch to Vegeta. Reverse on element factor, restores on health by 10% and ki by 20, plus 10% to damage inflicted for 30-timer counts, and randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. So it's for the majority part of it is actually the exact same as any other switch ability. They switch, they get the reverse element factor, they restore health, restore ki, and get extra damage, but then there is the randomly destroys 2 enemy cards, which is actually something good for them. So next we are going to talk about the unique ability of Vegeta, because of the fact that his strike, blast, special move and green card are actually the exact same as Trunks, so we don't need to waste time on them. So the first unique ability for Vegeta is basically the following: 90% extra damage, reduces damage received by 60%. So he has the same buffs without the 30% extra damage. Instead of it is increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level, which is very good. Minus 10 to blast arts cost. Oh, it's just for the blast arts cost. Okay, that's understandable. Plus 15% to blast damage inflicted by allied future, and plus 15% to strike damage inflicted by allied Vegeta clan. So it is pretty much the same as the Trunks one, with the exception that the cost reduction is for the blast art, not for all arts, and the damage that Trunks gets is actually removed, and it's instead a card draw speed. And I am really interested in how Trunks is going to function, because of the fact that he doesn't have any card draw speed at all, like literally zero, which is pretty disappointing for a character that has been released actually this in the current meta, but we will see how he's going to function. Then we also have restores ki by 5 plus 10% to damage inflicted for 5 timer counts, and plus 10% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts every time this character uses an art, which is very good actually, and applies the following effects to self after enemy attack is over, plus 10% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts, and restores health by 10%. The health restoration is good, but the inflicted damage buff isn't that good, because usually when the opponent stops attacking you, you will most likely switch actually, and therefore you will lose that buff, so it's not that useful, but the HP restoration is very good. Alright, so up to the unique ability 2. Knocks enemy back to a long range if a cover change is performed against their strike, and it is comboable with the special arts or special move. Applies the following effects to self when this character uses a blast art, so the same again. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemy's special actions, it's the exact same. Activate count resets when characters switch or a tag switch is performed. Yeah, it is the exact same again. Plus 10% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts. So he has nearly the exact same abilities as Trunks, which is pretty disappointing to be honest. Like seriously, for the majority part all of his buffs are the exact same as Trunks, which makes me feel like they didn't put any job in developing these characters at all. Like seriously, why? Then we have the following effects occur upon landing a blast arts hit. Reduces enemy ki by 30, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 30 to all arts costs, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 80 to health restoration. It's just the exact same again, like why? And then it is the same here as well. Yeah, it is the same here as well, like why? Why? Their unique abilities are copy paste, like whatever I guess. Then we have the switch ability. Tag switches to Trunks, reverse element, restores on health, draw a blast art, restores on vanishing gouge. Okay, that is actually a very good ability there. Restores on vanishing gouge by 70 is a very good ability, but other than that it's nearly the exact same again actually. So I think that Trunks destroyed 2 cards, 2 enemy cards, which is not that useful to be honest, because until you finish your combo or you actually the opponents stop. No, you can't actually switch while they are attacking you, so until you finish your combo the opponent is going to be actually drawing 2 other cards, so it's not that effective unless you maybe destroy their ultimate, but other than that it's a completely useless ability. However, Vegeta has a vanishing gouge recovery, and that is a very good ability to be honest, so that is very good. And yeah, basically this is pretty much everything that we have about them. I don't know how effective they will be on the meta. Obviously they are a tag character, so they are going to be very good, but how good I can't say until we actually see them in action. I don't see them being better than the Super Saiyan 4s to be honest. I think that anybody that says that they are actually better than Beast Gohan is just completely overrating them, and you will see very well for your by your eyes that they aren't actually better than Beast Gohan. I think that they are very good. Their abilities are extremely useful. But I think that they aren't going to be actually on par with the Super Saiyan 4s, because of the fact that there is so many things actually that are missing from their abilities that they could have given them, but they just didn't, and that's really disappointing to be honest. Like seriously, it's just so disappointing, especially with the fact that they locked their cover change notification behind 3 seconds. No, not 3 actually, 2 seconds. 2 timer counts. That's how far you can go with their cover change notification. Like, are you serious? Vegeta from the Super Saiyan Force can actually go, not only Vegeta, Goku and Vegeta can go a whole combo without caring about the cover change. So basically, I really don't know how effective they will be, but I think that they will be very, very good characters. But I think that the Super Saiyan 4s are going to be much better than them actually. Anyways, as I said before, don't forget to let me know your opinion about them in the comments section below, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that they can enjoy it too. And if you got any useful information from this video, or if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe my channel and turn on the notification bell beside it so that you stay notified with everything you know about Dragon Ball Legends. And with that being said, see you as always in the next video of Dragon Ball Legends.